Hey YouTube, this is just a video on how to put, as you can see this image, this is one that I created of the Patriots' new Super Bowl ring, their 5th Super Bowl ring. But anyway, you can see that I have it on my Apple Watch, if I can focus that a little bit better for you. How do you do that? So basically you have to have an image, and you have to save it in your favorites. You see that little heart right there? I'll go out of this screen. So these are pictures that I have in my favorites, and whatever picture that you want, you have to put it in there with the little heart. And so bear with me. If I go to any image, you can just take this one right here, and then you add that little heart to it, and then it will end up in your favorites folder. So if I go back out of there, go into my favorites, here's the picture. So that's how big it is when I saved it. Now I can change the size of this. I can shrink it down, or I can make it big, whatever. If I start to try and shrink it down, you see how you see all the pictures in the background there, and that's not going to work for what I want to do. So the first thing you have to do is you have to put your fingers there and you have to make it big, and then you can make it smaller. And you can see how I can put it anywhere on the picture that I want. Now it's a little bit tricky. You have to, if you start off with it too big, it's hard to get small again. So I'm going to give you an example right now. So I'm just going to go. Hold on, it's hard to do while I'm looking through the camera. Just going to go a little bit big, and then I'm going to hold it in that image, in that spot, and you have to hit the home button and the power button at the same time, and then it will take a picture of your screen again. Then the next picture will be smaller and in that location. And the reason you need to do that is, depending where you want to put the image on the screen of your Apple Watch, you have to keep messing around with it. So for example, if I come out of here and look at my Apple Watch again, I can show you that I also have the Patriots emblem there. Now I centered it exactly where I wanted it. You could have put it higher, lower, you could have it bigger, smaller, whatever you want to do, but I wanted to have it just like that. So it took me a few tries to do that, and I'll show you in my favorites. You can see, here was a certain size, and you can see how I kept having to put it exactly where I wanted. These are just examples of, okay, here's one that I did, and then you have to go to the watch and add it to the screen and see if that's exactly where you want it, and so on and so forth. That's why I have so many of these, because I just kept adjusting the size of it and trying to move it around, save it on the phone. Then you go into your watch and you add it to the screen, and you see if that's the location. If it's not, then you have to mess with it again. So again, going to this, just tap your screen, it'll be black. I'm going to try and do this while I'm on the phone with you, so bear with me. So you're going to make it just a little bit bigger, and then as small as you can. You have to hit the home button and the power button. So I'm going to try and do that. So now you see that that saved in a higher location. Okay, so swipe that away. So now we have to go to our pictures, or our photos, and that's the most recent one in there. And you can see how it's higher up and over on the left of the screen. So I would take this and I would save it to my favorites with that little heart there. Okay, so now when I go back to my favorites, it's going to be the most recent one, and here it is. So you can see that it's it's a little bit more to the left, it's up higher, and so on. Once you have this, let's say you want to get it even smaller, so you can go and try and make it a little bit smaller. Sometimes I guess if you start with your fingers a little bit wider, it gives you more room. See how I had more room to close my fingers, because your fingers have to stay on the screen the whole time. So start with them a little wider, make it bigger, and then you have room to make it smaller. Now I can adjust it on the screen wherever I want. That time it didn't work, bear with me. So if I want to have it up there, that's about furthest I can go. Still holding. It fell off. Bear with me. I know you understand what I'm saying. So I want it there. You have to do it kind of quick, and I'm trying to remind you guys. So you're going to you push the power button just barely a second first, and then the home button, and that will save the picture, just so you know. So now you see that I did that. You see that the picture is a little bit smaller. It's not going to be in your favorites. You have to go to your regular photos, grab it. It's going to be the most recent one, and you can see the difference in the location from the one that I made before. You can keep doing that and get it even smaller. Now, don't forget, in order to find this, you're going to have to add it to your favorites. So then you're going to go to your favorites, and then it's going to be there. So now that it's in your favorites, you can start looking at your watch, okay? And if I push hard on this, you can see that I can customize whatnot. Switch to, these are different ones that I created. So I'm going to create a new one. Actually, we're not going to do that. I think, if I remember right, sorry, you have to go into your watch, and you can see that these are other photos that I added into it, and those are ones that I'm going to use. Face gallery, you're going to look for photos, if I remember. So these are different photos that I have in mine. Anyway, that's where they're saved, and like I said, bear with me. This is not where I need it to go. It is the watch, if I remember. And sorry if that's not in the greatest view for you. So you can see the different sizes that I've saved in my photos. So let's say, these are all that are in my favorites folder. I think could be just my photos. Like I said, just bear with me. No, these are the, I don't think they are the most recent too. So we're going to go to press on the screen, photos, here we go. Customize. Now, if I rotate the bezel, you can see that I can change from top to bottom, whatever. I apologize, guys. Yeah, I just added that one for Halloween, obviously. So I'm going to press the screen, and I'm trying to create a new one. So let's look for, maybe we have to find our photos. Okay. I guess before you create a video, you should know what the heck you're doing. I mean, I do. Okay, remove that one. This is why I'm creating the video. I know how to do it once I start doing it. I'm just trying to remember where to go to get the stupid photos. Maybe I was right, and it is in photos. Sorry again. I apologize that you guys can't see this. Oh, wrong one. think this is my favorites folder. It is. Okay. So you got to go to photos on your watch. And again, I'm sorry for this. So tap on your photos, and this is where your favorites will be. So you can just find the one that you just made, which was this. Push down on the watch, and then you see how it says create watch face. Do you want a photos face, kaleidoscope face? Again, sorry, I'm trying to get it in focus here. I can tap this and do it. Not really. So a photos face. So now it gave us that. And you can see the location and the size of it. It's a little bit smaller than the one. I'm going to take my watch off because I'm breaking my wrist trying to do this. So you can see it's a little bit smaller. So I can press it in, hit customize, and you can see that you can change the position of the time. Well, obviously it looks better down there. So now we'll go to the next thing, and you can change, you know, if you want the date. I usually put the temperature there, and then tap on the next one, and I usually put the date down here. I mean, you can put whatever you want. That's it, and then you just press it in again, and then when you tap it again, that's it. That's your new watch face. If you don't like it, what you've just created, swipe it up, press it in hard, swipe it up, hit remove. If you go to this new, and you only have a choice to choose this, like this is in your photos. I'm just tapping it once, but I can't. So I think what happens in photos, this will keep cycling around. It will keep changing. So if I come back the next time, I think this one will keep changing. So I don't want to use that area. I want to go to my photos in here because it goes to your favorites. And then it pulls up the ones that you saved. That's another one. Now you can see the one that I had saved before. It's too high up on the screen, you know, for what I wanted it to be. You know, that one would take up the whole screen. So if I created a face, again, I'm trying to make it so you see it says photos face, kaleidoscope face, but we want the photos face again. I must not have hit it. Create watch face. I'm not hitting it because I did. And now you see the time and blah, blah, blah. There's only so many things you can do with that also, but I think this is the one that I'm using right now on my watch actually. So I already went through and showed you that you can change where the time shows up. I put it lower because I want to see the whole emblem and whatever. Whenever you're done, press it in again and then just tap it, and now that's it. Like I said, I think it's close to the one. See how it's right at the 11. Let's go see. Yeah, I think that could be the same exact one that I'm using. Not sure. Pretty close. So anyway, once again, go into your phone, go to your photos, favorites. Yeah, so that is where I was in my favorites, because you can see this. The next one over is Michael Myers that I have myself actually, and that I wanted on the watch. So if we do it one more time, you'll see there'll be 3 of these, and I'll just prove it to you on the watch when we're going to look for it, just to make sure, so you know that we're in the right area. So a little bit bigger. Now it's a little bit smaller. This button first, then the home. There's our picture. You can see it's quite a bit smaller. Go find it in your photos. It's going to be right here. You got to make it, add the little heart. See the heart? Now it's a favorite. go back out of here, go into your favorites. And there it is right there. So you can see it's a little bit smaller. And you can see, again, you can adjust where you want it on the screen and so on. So now we're going to go back to the watch. And I got to put my password. Hold on. So we are going to go to our photos on our watch and press it in. No, sorry. Find the photo. So that was the last one. 1, 2, 3. See, there's the most recent one we created. So the photos in your watch goes to your favorites. So here's the favorites one. Create a watch face. Tap on the photos face. There you go. Now it added a time. Press it in hard. Customize. Change the position if you want the time on the bottom or the top. If you're happy with that, just swipe to the right. You can adjust, like I said, I like to put the temperature up here. If I can find it. I mean, you get all those complications you can add. So once you're there, now you tap the bottom one. And again, I like the date for mine. Right there. Press it in, tap it again, and that's it. That's what your watch face will look like. You can do that with any picture that you want. And I'll give you one more example of that, just so you know that we're on the same page. So we're going to get out of here. I'm going to go take a picture. And bear with me a second. So we're going to take a picture of this. Okay. Now that we have that, home button, go into our photos, just so you can see that, you know, this is on the up and up. You got to hit that heart button for your favorites, go back out, go to your favorites. That's where it's going to be. There it is there. We want to make it a little bit smaller. And it's kind of hard to do, but we did it again. Swipe that away. This is only if you want to make the actual picture smaller for your watch. You got to go back to your photos, grab it. You got to add the little heart again. Now it's saved to your favorites. It stays in your photos album, but we needed it in favorites for the watch. There it is, a little bit smaller, as you can see. Now we're done with the phone. Now I'm going to have to put my passcode again. And we're going to go to the photos. You know, it looks like that little pinwheel thing. So we're in our photos, and there's the smaller one. There's the bigger one. So we want to make that a watch face. So I pressed it in, create a watch face, photos face. Now we have the time, and then you know the rest. If you don't like it when you're done and you want to shift it around, move it around so it fits in the screen better, you just have to keep taking pictures with your phone and moving it around. If you don't like this, push it in, slide it up. You see it says remove, get rid of it. I'm going to do that for this guy too, because I don't need too many of those. Let's make sure. There's the one that I'm using. That's one we created together, so I'm getting rid of it. And whichever one you want to leave it on, just tap it and it pulls in. And that's it. So that's it, YouTube. I just wanted to make a video because people kept asking me, you know, when they see my watch, how did you get that on there? Or how did you do this? Because they only have so many images that you can use. So I like to make mine custom. And like I said, the focus isn't the greatest on this. I wish I could get it better, but you know what it looks like. you know, based on this. That's exactly what it looks like on the watch, and you can put it however big or small that you want it. All right, YouTube, that's it. That was just a quick video on how to do that for your Apple Watch. It's really cool. Picture of your dog, your cat, wedding rings, whatever you want to do. And if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you know how to get in touch with me. Hit me up on YouTube. Please like and subscribe to my channel because it does help pay the bills and helps me create more videos. All right, guys, have a good one. Take care. Thanks.